Hello, people. What's up? How is it going? Let me change the music so we can get into the stream. And dude, I'm so excited today. Let me say hi first. Let me get everything set up correctly, and then I'll say hi appropriately. But I have some pretty cool things to show you today. So yeah. What's up, Nipple? What's up, Tally? How are you guys? I hope you're good. And pretty cool that you got better internet now, Tally. It's always something that, well, when you have like one bandwidth, like you make the most out of it, you know. But once you get a little bit better, like you really appreciate it. And Flair is also over here. Says, "What's good, Ramen? How are you going?" Hello, Flair. I'm doing pretty good. How are you? How are you, Flair? And Nepal, yeah, you tried Apex Legends. Dude, I played Apex Legends when it launched, I think, and after that I haven't touched it at all. But I have some friends that have tried it, and the game's fun. But I don't know what happened. There was a period of time where like no one played it, and it was like very hard to find matches. So I just dropped the game. Is it better now? And yeah, so what are we gonna be? What I'm gonna share with you today? Well, basically what I've been working on for this week, and I think today, or well, this week I have version beta 3.0 like basically done. So I could technically, and you'll let me know at the end of the stream. Like I'll probably ask you if you want me to put the version that I have now, or you want me to, or sorry, or you want to wait for me to do some other thing that I'm going to talk to you about later. So yeah, let's get into it. The first thing, well, let's actually look into GitHub, because I have my history of changes over there, so I don't miss any single change, and I can like tell you about all of the things that I worked on this week. So the first thing is, well, a couple of fixes. Yeah, and liberation flow. Okay, yeah, let's go with two things are pretty evident. So let's go with, let me share you the screen. Let me share your screen. And also, let me know if everything's going well. Like, I know that it's like very common for us to have technical difficulties all the time. So if anything is wrong, let me know so I can fix it. And we can continue with it. So yeah, we're here. It's the same scene as previous stream. Nothing has really changed in terms of environment in here. So I'm not going to go into much depth about the environment. It's this. If you haven't watched the previous streams, I'm just gonna do like a very fast like looking around the area, so you can see the environment, and you can see the lighting changes and stuff. So yeah, this is what the first settlement looks like. It's probably going to be remade, and I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to like tell you about that later. But this is how it's looking so far. And there's an extra room over here. Probably if you have been on the past two streams, you have seen this already. So yeah, let's get into the first actual changes of this week. And yeah, I might be peaking a little bit in audio. Is that right? Okay. And let me get the audio just a tad bit lower for the music. So maybe that's right. Yeah, I don't see your messages, so I'm just gonna pretend or assume everything is well. Alrighty. So first change, let's go with the player, because the player, well, let's go with the soldier first. If you haven't seen it, we have the first enemy that we did last week. It's this guy, and you can notice that its eyes are very different from what they used to be, because previously the player eyes and the enemy's eyes were 3D meshes, so they were like cubes, kind of, and I just squished them with an animation for them to like blink, you know? But they didn't really look good with the texturing that I did. You couldn't even hear the music. Okay, let me then make it a little bit louder. Just like, you let me know. If it's too loud, you let me know. But I think now you should be able to hear the music. And Hirai is over here, says, what is up? What's up, Hirai? Welcome to the stream. Nothing much. We are like just doing a little bit of an overview of what we did last week, so I can introduce the changes of this week. So yeah, this guy, this guy, since it had a texture in his head, basically the previous eyes didn't really look well, so I ended up going with a shader that's gonna draw the eyes separately into the head. So yeah, that's a change in terms of visuals. So I applied this week the same changes to the player, and if you remember, the player is not as menacing, it's not as menacing as this guy. It doesn't look as pissed off as this guy. Because this is an enemy it's meant to look like a little bit more aggressive, but this guy, the mage, is not. So this is the mage. This is how it looks. You can see the shape of the eyes is a little bit more rounded. Like, it's actually rounded, because yeah, if there are sharp shapes convey aggressiveness, and rounded shapes conveys like friendliness, generally speaking. So yeah, that's the shape of the eyes for the player now, and it doesn't blink now. I was like doing this gesture for blinking, but it doesn't really blink now. It's just something that we're gonna be tackling later. But yeah, that's the new eyes of the player. And now you say glow. Yeah, there's glow. It's like bloom, so it looks like after a certain like threshold of luminosity, there's like that glow. And you say, I have you in the background. It could just be me. Well, I don't know. If just in case, I'll leave it as it is. And if any of you guys find it like it's too loud, you can let me know. Okay, but the thing is, let me actually get into the material of this guy. Because I have done some textures, it's just that this guy is like very black. This guy is like super dark. So that's why you can't really see its features. But I have drawn some features, and let me actually make it into, I don't know, another shade. So let's go to player head material. And we're gonna adjust the color of it. So you can see it's like, if I painted it with like more normal tones or more common tones of skin, I could get it to like actually show some features. So let's go with this tone of skin, and you can see there are some features over here that you can only see when this guy is not fully black. But I do like the black aesthetic for the character. I just like did this texture in case that later I do some type of customization and you want to like change the color of your skin or change the I don't know, the shape of your mouth or something. I'm still like experimenting with that. So I wanted to like give you the opportunity in the future. Still not like super confirmed or anything. But maybe give you the opportunity to change the color of your skin and stuff like that for more customization. So yeah, that's the new face of the mage. I'm just gonna like bring it back to the black that it was, because I really think it looks cooler that way. And now you say, wow, those are huge. Look good though. Yeah, I made the eyes intentionally huge because with pixelation, all of the details go away. So I wanted the eyes to be a big shape so you can like still see it from very far away. And I'm trying to do the same with the other guys. For example, you can still see the eyes from here, even though it's like 1 pixel now. You can still see them because I tried to make them glow and big enough so you can like see them from a distance with all this pixelation going on. Yeah, let's go, face reveal. What's up, Nick? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? What happened to the mic? Is it peaking or something? I don't know. Because I've asked before and no one told me like anything about it, so if I'm like peaking too much or something, you'll let me know so I can like tweak the volume over here. But is it too bad? Very echo. Let me see. There's always something. Noise removal. Room echo removal. Does it sound better now? You say, Tali, the ears might need to be a bit simpler. Yeah, so if you go over here, you'd like to have a little bit more simple ears. Yeah, all of those things can be tweaked. It might be the mic hardware. Yeah, I just made it so I don't have room echo in the software. But I don't know. You'll let me know like if I'm I'm just like mainly concerned with peaking of audio because I see over here that I'm like getting into the reds where I would normally try to get into the yellow or the border with yellow. Let's do something like this. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that's the face reveal. That's the face reveal for this guy. I'm gonna bring it back to the colors that it had before. It still has the same like features. It's just that it's very hard to see when it's this dark, you know. But it's like the main or the original design of the mage was always a shadowy figure. Like you can really like tell any features, but I guess it does make sense that it has some features if you actually want to customize it for your own playthrough. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on into the clearing of the settlement. So let's do, we're gonna deactivate this soldier. And I made it so in the settlement, I did a settlement manager script that's gonna like take care of the settlement itself. And it's gonna like communicate when, when the enemies die, are going to communicate with the settlement their own die. So the settlement can know how many enemies are remaining and stuff like that. It's still like just it doesn't really matter. But basically what we have now is spawns. So these guys are spawning and well, they are pretty silly now because they don't really have any complicated AI or anything. They are just there. They can move around. They can like just walk. But they don't really do anything. If I stand over here, they are not going to attack me. They're just gonna do that, which is not the intended, or well, it's the intended behavior right now, but it's not going to be later. Like I plan to actually do some proper AI, and they're gonna be like scattered around this area, so they're gonna be patrolling. Like there's gonna be like a squad over here patrolling this area. Another squad over here, you know, a squad over here, and all of these guys are gonna be like separate encounters that you'll have to deal with to clear the settlement. And the rules are in place. So if I actually wanted to like kill these guys, everything works. The only thing that's not working is like everything that should happen after you clear these guys. So, for example, some of the doors in the settlement should unlock after you clear the settlement, and well, some sound effects, like all of the things that are related to you clearing this settlement are not there yet. They have debug messages for when I actually get to the implementation. I don't know if you can see it, but for example, whenever I kill an enemy, I get a message. Convergence alert received. So if, for example, if you go to the last group of enemies in the settlement, everyone's gonna know that you're attacking the settlement, so they're gonna rush you. But if you attack just one group at the entrance, for example, the group at the entrance itself is gonna rush you, but not everyone else. So yeah, a couple of things like that. Just messages for that when I actually get to implement that. So yeah, they are there. I just need to like feel the logic for all of those things. I'm gonna find a way to make wind soldiers. I know you'll find a way. You probably will, because you're very, very good at finding this type of bugs. We'll see. We'll see. And I don't know if I should put a version of this already, because to be honest, this is what version beta 1.0 will be. Like, there's nothing else. So I think I might put it on itch.io, just because I haven't really figured how to do alphas or like testing in Steam yet. But I think, okay, no. This is what I'll do. I'll let you know on Discord, but I will put a version on itch.io, and I will try to put a version on Steam too. And I will let you know. If I can put it on Steam too, I will like let you know. And it's gonna be like way more convenient for you to try things from Steam, I would say. Mark my words. Yeah, interesting. And Hirai is saying no skeletons, rigs moving. Well, they are kind of rigged in the sense, like they have the same style of rigging the player has, so they are kind of rigged. It's not the default type of rigging though. But they are as rigged as there will be in their lifetime. Yeah, let me just kill these guys. And yeah, it's basically that. Let me just go in here, and you'll see there's a message over here. Yeah, I don't want to open this. Yeah, there's the message over here, like convergence alert received. Let's go to the console, for example, and I can see like all of these alerts that the enemy's triggered. And I think there might be an enemy that I haven't killed yet. Let me look for it, because there might be an enemy that I haven't killed. Probably over there bugging, yeah. Yeah, I haven't solved it just because it's the AI is not there. Yeah, there are a lot of enemies over here. It's the way the navigation works. There are still some problems because I just really haven't tweaked it that much. It's just I thought at the beginning of making this I would just do capsules like beans, and you would have to eliminate the beans and they wouldn't move. But I think it's a little bit more interesting for you to see one of the enemies at least. So I just put enemies instead, even though they are very incomplete. Yeah, so what's next? This is just one part of what I've done this week. I think this was progress from Friday of next week, or previous week, on Monday, probably. And the rest of the week, dude, I have to tell you something. The way I'm building the map, or the way I intended to build the map, is not going to work. Because I basically tried, well, I basically tried to do, with some asset store tools, like try to build the terrain. But the problem with that is, like, there's three problems with what I wanted to do. Well, first, I wanted to have a grid, and like start placing things in the grid, and depending on where these things are. I'm gonna like put corners and stuff and like make it very pretty, but that's gonna take a shitload of time. Like it's gonna take a lot of time. And the other problem is like it's very like manual, so I will have to like be finding the pieces myself all the time, just making sure everything looks fine. Apart from that, the tools that were in the asset store, or majority of the tools that do that for like basically 3D time-lapse, for performance reasons, are going to merge your meshes when they want to. You don't have control over that. And the way I have set up this is basically all of the, for performance reasons, all of the pieces over here share the same material. All of these pieces of ground share the same material. They are just mapped to a different part of it because it's an atlas texture. There are like I can like show you. Let me open Sprite. Let me open Sprite and I'll show you. Let's do file, open recent. This one, yeah, it's basically this. So it's the same material. This is the image I'm using in the material. I'm just assigning like different. I'm mapping it differently to show these parts of the design. And the problem with that is that once you merge the meshes, you'll lose that, or you will need to only merge the ones that have the same mapping. So for example, like you can see it in practice here, like all of the designs that have this texture of grass are gonna be bundled together. So when I select it, you can see like this is one mesh of all of the pieces that have the same type of mapping. Then we have this piece, we have this piece, for example, and that's something that the tools that are in the marketplace or in the asset store don't allow you to do. That's the second thing that is very important. Like it's super important for me to like have that capability. And Tal, you say, I appreciate the actual historical armor. I hate when games have medieval soldiers with full plate. Well, there will be a unit that will have like full plate because the design is like that. But most of them, yeah, I'm going for, in a lot of places, I'm going for historical accuracy, even though I'm not trying to be a historically accurate game. Like, I'll make it arcadey, you know, but I don't want to be, like, putting BS stuff all over the place. But yeah, I'm a big fan of historical accuracy in some things too. And you say, Hirai, no skeleton animation overload when spawning a lot of instances. Yeah, there's no... Yeah, that's one thing for performance. If I wanted to like make it the most performant, I would probably like bake animations, like bake the meshes to animations, but that's gonna take a lot of time. And because I'm optimizing in every other place, it's actually okay. And Tal, you say, I'd say if you patch up the AI a little, it will work for a build. Yeah, the thing about the AI, I'm not going to patch it now because it's really for next version. Like it's yeah, it's like part a very important part of next version is the AI, because the AI is gonna take a while. Because I want to have not only patrolling and then actually like going towards you and like just attack you. They're gonna have like different attack patterns. They're gonna have alertness values. They're gonna have like a squad alertness. So in a squad or in an encounter, the enemies share an awareness in some sort of sense. So I couldn't like do it in a week and like just put it in the build. But I get your point. I get what you say. And yeah, the tile set, what I'm talking about, let me show you a tile set, for example, so you can get a little bit of an idea of what I'm talking about. And let's do a 2D tile set because it's a little bit easier to understand. And it's like super simple, it's super common in video games. Yeah, for example, this is a tile set. It's just like pieces that snap together nicely. And for example, if you draw a shape of any size, you can do an algorithm, which is like super common, where it's gonna like basically, according to your shape of how you want to place the pieces, it's gonna automatically place the corresponding pieces so it looks good visually, you know? So yeah, that's what a tile set is. But in 3D, it's well, I'm gonna show you now what I mean with that. It's actually easier if I just show you what I've done. So let's let me just show you what I've done because I've been just jabbing about the problems of using tools from the asset store, but I haven't like given you any other like option. So what I did is basically, I'm very proud of this. Let me open over here, and this is what I shared on Discord, by the way. So if you see over here, what I did is basically a height map. So you can see these drawings are nothing but descriptions of the map. So I can literally draw the map, and that's gonna allow me to be way more performant, because when you're drawing over here in other like drawing software, it's gonna go super fast because it's just drawing. But when you want to like put 1,000 pieces in an environment, the computer is not going to like it at all. So it's way better if you just draw the heights, and these are the heights. That's what I shared on Discord, just heights. This the map of heights, and you'll see how it looks. This is what I've been working on for the past like three days. So yeah, now that you have all of those drawings, you are just gonna put them in the height layers list over here, and according to those images, I'm going to translate those values of the colors in each pixel into actual geometry, and not only geometry, but I'll explain you how it works. Let me just get the chat going on. And Kumud is over here. What's up, Kumud? Welcome. How's it going? I'm doing good. Thanks for asking, Kumud. How are you? A tile set, wrong camera. Is it really impossible to make a prefab mesh? Use a tile map? No, it's not impossible. It's very possible. The only, like, the main reason is if you use prefab pieces to build in real time in the editor, it's gonna be very laggy. No matter how NASA your computer is, like no matter how good your computer is, you're gonna have problems. And if you, especially if you wanna do a map as big as the map I want to do, and it's not like huge, but I think it's probably gonna be 1,000 or more units long. And units, a unit is a meter, by the way. Sort of a height map, but I didn't know what for. Yeah, so it's for the map. So if you grab all of these drawings, and let me, can I open this over here? Just, this looks very good. I'm just a big fan of how this looks. Join Explorer. Yeah, so it's very small. But if you do this, like you can see, like it looks like one of those medical images that you can see like when reconstructing a body. You know, it's super silly. Yes, forget I said that. Okay, so here you have the terrain generator, which I've been working on, and basically I'll just generate. I'll just press generate, and I'll show you what it does. So I press generate, and it's gonna grab all of my drawings and put them into like actual, like use the pieces, or use my prefabs to build them up. And this is like less than 64, and it's just like 4 height maps, and you can see my computer is already lagging a bit. It's not that much, but if you want to do something as big as I want to do, it's a problem with performance if you want to do something just by putting these pieces here. So that's why we'll learn from Minecraft, and we're gonna be doing chunking. So yeah, this, well, let me just show you. So I just generated it and like did nothing else. So yeah, I just put these pieces for testing purposes. This is not really like a tile of a region that's gonna be in the game. There's gonna be 5 regions, and no region is gonna look like this, okay? Probably, most likely. But this one is just for testing another like tile, you know? And here you can see like like it maps with the drawing. Let me go with height 1. You can see like these brown pieces over here are exactly the same pieces that you can see over here. And it generates, that's why having a height map is so cool. You can like just generate caves as part of the system with no need to like worry about anything else. And like basically I'm doing this as performant as it can be. There's no overdrawing of shapes that you're not going to see, except when you have corners like this. Because I didn't make like fully cubicle world. You can tell that there are some pieces that go like jagged, because these are half pieces. So whenever I have a corner, if you want to know the decision is basically, or the rule for a corner to happen is basically, if you have, let's say this, you have this. Okay, how do I know if this is a full tile or a half piece? Well, you basically have to check orthogonal directions. If there are 2 and only 2 orthogonal directions, so up, down, left, and right. Dude, I'm such a geek. Sorry. And those orthogonal pieces are not opposite to each other, so it can't be a left and right. It needs to be like an up and right, or up and left, or down and right, or down and left, you know? It can't be like opposite to each other. That's when you get a corner, okay? In case that you wanted to know. Okay, so this is just one part of it. Like you can tell, these are just pieces. This is how you place things. It's an algorithm that's gonna take my my pieces that I did in Blender, super simple pieces, and it's gonna place them for me with the materials that I assigned, depending on the colors that I have set up in the drawings. Now, what is the cool part about this is that, or the actually like cool part about the system that I did is that I have set this, so I chunk these parts. So I have this part set as a chunk, depending on distance. And it's not very useful now, because I'm not doing anything with it. But the cool part comes now, because you can see, I'm just gonna show you one more time, just how laggy this is. Just compare that lagginess to this. If I go over here and I say merge chunks, let me wait for that to load. You see how smooth this gets. You see, dude, I'm so excited for this. It's super cool. I'm like mastering optimization. So yeah, everything now is merged piece. Everything that shares the same material is basically going to be one thing. So there's just one draw call happening for each of these things. So it's like way more performant. And when you have a world that's like hundreds of these chunks, why render everything when you can only render the things that the player is gonna like see? So probably I will render 9 chunks instead of having to render the whole world, you know? I'm sorry if I'm so excited. It's just so cool for me. And Kailash War Verma says, well, currency. What's up, Kailash? Welcome to the stream. And Godfather is over here. Says hello, Leco. What's up? Welcome to the stream. And Kumot, I missed your messages before. You say I miss you, man. Long time no see. Yeah, it's been a long time, but I'm so pleased that you're here now, Kumot. Good to see you again. Yeah, Minecraft is so OP. And hello, Asnok. Welcome to the stream. And Tal, you say, let me guess, plains, snow, volcano corruption, due to magic, desert, forest. You're spot on with a lot of them. Not all of them, but with a lot of them. Very much. I'm not going to tell you exactly why. Or, I think I've mentioned it before. So yeah, we have the plains, we have like a more dense forest, we have an electric area, an ice area, and we have the magical area, like corrupt area. And Kumon, you say the game looks so different from the last time I saw it. Yeah, there have been a lot of changes, And Nick to say, since it's an algorithm based on a drawing, LODs will be literally just blurring a picture and reloading occasionally. Well, there's not going to be a need to, because since I have fog, like there's not really, well, structures. When I actually like build the structures, I'm gonna build them differently, and I'm just gonna disable and enable the whole thing. So there's not going to be a need for LODs, and yeah, it's pretty much like just a chunk loading around the player, like chunk loading and unloading around the player. And you can see I implemented I didn't know this existed, but it's called greedy square or greedy cube algorithm, which allows me to, if I go into this chunk, I have the visuals and collision separated. If I activate this, it's basically making that, well, it basically like it starts scanning the array of like basically the whole like shape of what needs to be there in collider wise, and I try to expand cubes as long as I can make them. So that's why it's called like greedy cube, because the cube wants to be as large, occupy as much area as it can, you know. So that's gonna allow me to have the least amount of cubes per collision, you know. And Talia say electric is cool. I know, right? Let me give you some stars, because I see you're complaining about money. Let me give you some stars and also do a mass bombing. Yeah, so we have this, and yeah, that's basically it. I'm gonna have a manager that takes care of enabling and disabling chunks of the map when the player gets close to it or far away from it. And Ace is over here, says hola. What's up, Ace? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Yeah, so what else? I think that's it. Like I just dude, you don't know how long it took me to get the corners right, because you can see over here, well, no, you can't really see now, but there are edge pieces, and it's probably better if I do terrain generation. Let's do generate another time. We're gonna lose the merging, so this is gonna run a little bit slower. But see, look at this. Look at this. We have edge pieces, so these were super easy to place with the algorithm. Like they're super easy to figure out, is basically like, okay, if you have a square in here, it is an edge, like it needs to show the edge part. You're just gonna like look at the position and move it depending on the edge. Half of the height of the, well, it's a cube, so half of the whatever, it can be height, can be depth, can be whatever. So yeah, move it half of that, and then rotate it depending on what's the side. Super easy, right? But then you have not only this, because this is easy, this is just a cube, but what about this? When you have corner pieces that are in half pieces. And well, it's just like super nerdy stuff, but I'm so proud that I was able to like figure it out. And over here, of course, if you go into like caves, it's just gonna get cut out over here. And I'm not going to have edges in parts that are like underground, because it wouldn't really make any sense. Yeah, the edges are just for the top pieces. Yeah, I'm just, as Kamal said, an 8-year-old me showing my mom the painting I made. It's exactly me right now. Yeah, so it's Ace, as you said, new maps, question mark. This is not a map, but it's a test map, or well, yeah, it's a map, but it's not going to be in the game. It's just for testing the algorithm and making sure that with this test environment everything works good. And I'm like doing all of the edge cases over here. So when I actually get to make the map, which is going to be way larger, I don't have any problems with it, you know? And Hila, you say, what I'd like to know is, where did you get the confidence from to proceed with this project? What confidence? What are you talking about, Hila? Like staying with this project and not pivoting? Like I see potential in this game. I think it's a pretty cool game. It's a pretty cool game, and I think if everything goes bad in terms of finance, if I don't really sell that much, which I do plan to, or I do expect to sell a fair bit of copies of this game, because I genuinely think it's a good game. A cool game, and in places where I think improvements could be done, I will do the improvements as much as I can. I will try to make the best game that I can, and marketing could be the problem there. But anyway, if it's good enough, I'm sure people will play it, and if it's not me making the marketing, probably some people that has a following for playing games will like to try it, and we'll enjoy it, and we'll share it with people that also like the same type of game. So yeah, and in the case that everything goes wrong, it's still like very good portfolio project, and not only for portfolio but like for my learning. Like yeah, sure, I know them. I've done a lot of projects before, and I've been programming for some years now, but having a commercial project is a whole different beast, and making a solo game for more than a year, it's something that you don't only learn technical things, which I have learned a lot of technical things from this project already, and I plan to probably will learn a lot more, but like just handling projects or scoping, just things that they are not like specifically like just learning about life, dude. When you are working with something, or where you're working on something for so long, you really learn a ton of stuff, you know? It doesn't really matter if, well, it does matter financially if this goes to the garbage, you know? But after that, like at the end of the day, I'm just learning a ton of stuff, and if this doesn't do good financially, the next will, you know? And I won't die of starvation. Like, I do have some skills that I think I could lend to people for money, so work with other people. Like, I'm not going to die of starvation. So, as long as I don't die, I can keep making games. And tell you say, I'll push the game everywhere I can, dude. Well, dude, I really, really appreciate it. You don't know how much it means to me. What you say, a lot of gambling is going on in the chat. I'm not old enough to gamble. Yeah, don't gamble. Don't gamble. Ace, you say, how much of a percent do you think is left? It's always hard to calculate, but I can give you like rough estimations. I don't think for release I'm talking about, not for demo. Demo is going to be this year. I don't think it's gonna go more. It's gonna be either end of November or beginning of December demo, like full demo with everything and full release. Like, I haven't really given a specific time, but around April of next year, probably Q1, and yeah, probably Q1 of next year, mostly Q2 of next year. But I do plan to have it like demo by November, December mostly, the full release by April, more or less. Let me see if I haven't skipped anyone. I think I have. Yeah, Kumo, you say, dude, I love how enthusiastic you are, man. Like, yes, tell me about it. Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate it because this is really, really cool for me, you know? It's really, really nice. Tell you say, maybe for the Steam demo, instead of doing a small part of the final game, make it similar to the original mode, set in different part of each map. That could be cool. Yeah, I'm still thinking about the demo. And well, once I have the enemies and once I have like all the assets that I want to have, it's gonna be better that way. But the thing about that idea is that even though it could be super cool for like gameplay and like pure like combat, there will be other components that I'm not sure how I can show in that way. Because there will be NPCs, there will be like exploration, and I want to show a little bit of the exploration of the map too, because it's gonna be an important part of the game too. So I want to show like all of these pieces that are in the game, so when people play the demo, they get a little bit of all that's gonna like come in the game, and they get excited by what they still have to like discover basically. So they have like 4 more regions to discover. But yeah, I'm still up to like any ideas for the demo. Having a project that I think it's cool and it's published on Steam, like that's already super cool, you know. But yeah, of course I have to eat something. I have to live off of something. And what you say, as long as I'm alive, I'll keep making games. Yeah, I'm using this quote now. Yeah, it's pretty much my life. And Asnok, you say, Roman, good question. Can you fly? Not that I'm aware of. Like, I wouldn't try to fly. Like, I wouldn't jump off a building. I'm not that confident on my flying skills. So I would say no. And Talia say, Chosen Timothy in the demo done. Yeah, I think I'm not sure if in the demo I will have time to put Easter eggs. I'll try to put at least 1 Easter egg. But in the full game, yeah, for sure, I'll have Easter eggs. There should be an insanity mode, like Resident Evil. What's the insanity mode in Resident Evil? Like just 1 life or something? And Talia say, I'm bored and wanna make a game, so finite as romance shall be made. Probably not, but you know, Well, maybe like a concept. It doesn't have to be like a full experience. Five Nights at Roma's will be peak. Well, yeah, this is what I've done this week, and I can show you what I've been working on too, because I really haven't finished this, so I just left this here. But basically, I'm working on the slopes, which I will be placing manually. Just for more control, because I think it's for navigation, it's like very important that these things are placed like properly. But yeah, basically, I'm trying to reuse the same system that I have for map generation before I did this one, but just for the slope. So I'm gonna joink my own code for the slope generation, and yeah, like make it match the region. But so far, I haven't been very successful. I can show you what happens if I try to build the slopes so far. It's not good. This happens. So yeah, there's something very clearly wrong over here, which I still have to like figure out and make work. So yeah, and nothing goes good the first time, you know. It's trial and error and figuring out stuff, and that's the cool part too, you know. And Kumoti say Insanity mode is just a crazy mode with stronger enemies. Yeah, I think that could work. I was thinking, since I'm so inspired by Elden Ring and The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, maybe having like New Game Plus could be also an option. But I'll think about it once I have like the full map. We can like tweak the values way more easier since everything's gonna be implemented. I don't think it's gonna take that long of a time to make something like that. What if there's a part in the game where the mage gets hit by one of the villains and starts hallucinating and sees these flying slopes? That could be cool. That could be cool. I still haven't like done any single like cinematic or like animated cinematic, but could be cool. And should I say, John Romero made, or John Romero, however you pronounce it, made 80 plus titles before hitting the jackpot with Doom. Yeah, it's, I hope I don't have to do 80 to get a little bit of success, but as long as I can keep making games, I'm just gonna be very happy. Yeah, we need cutscenes. I'm not sure how I'll do cutscenes. I will probably, if I have cutscenes, it's gonna be not that many, like maybe one or two. And I'd love to have like more talks, like you know when you speak with some characters in video games, that the camera points to the character talking and it has a dialogue below, something like that probably. And most of the storytelling, or a big part of the storytelling, will be like chatting with the NPCs and environmental storytelling. So like just looking at the map and exploring will be how the story of the game will be told, you know? Because I always like when in games, they don't really like give you a chunk of text that you have to read, and you have to like find, if you want, scattered pieces in the world that are not text. That are like, for example, a super easy example. If there is like a ton of swords in the ground, and you can see some crosses, probably there was a big battle over there that happened some time ago, and that's like the place that it happened, you know. So yeah, like telling the story through the map and telling the story through the conversations that you have with the NPCs, but not like trying to drown you with information about the world. Like, if you want to know about the world, you can, like, investigate it, kind of. And Komodo say, yeah, or we can find pieces of artifacts across the land, or pages that tell history. Yeah, maybe like stories of certain places, like maybe logs of travelers that were there, or like diaries of people that were there. Yeah, I think I can do. We can do something like that. And Kumoti say, well, make you say, John Apple made Apple and released the iPhone. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's how it went, but okay. Kumoti say, we either need a library or an older mage, which explains a deep story of the land or a darker side. Yeah, I've thought about that. I've thought about it. I think I've spoken about the story of the game in other streams. I think maybe in 2 streams or 3 streams ago, I've talked about the story of the game extensively. All right, I think I'm gonna leave it here. Like it's been an hour. I've been having like so much fun just like talking about the things I've been making, and I'm so excited to like just show you more. This is like terrain. Next stream, we're probably gonna see more things about structures, not so much terrain. But yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it here. Like just let me read the last messages over here, and we're gonna be done. Piece of artifacts, yeah, making my next game in Godot. But in the meantime, I'm on a side quest. What's the side quest, Nick? But yeah, Godot this time. Cool stuff. Yeah, I'm sure Tali can help you with that. He has more experience, it seems, with cake and dragons. Cool to add an old scroll or stuff from an older mage who died in a battle with the boss we're about to fight. Yeah, I think like there are a bunch of ideas that could be super cool. I'm taking that all of that into my mind, and when I actually like get to define the story, I will try to include these cool details that you have mentioned. Can what you say, man? I've been smiling ear to ear while you talked about the game. I love when creators are excited to show what they made to their fans. Well, thank you for being here, dude. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. And I'm very glad that you enjoyed it too. And Mijo, dude, we are just ending the stream. But I'll say hello and I'll say bye because we're living. But before, since you just joined, let me just like give you a little bit of an overview of what we have been doing. Kind of like a closing. Like, yeah, just closing what we have been doing over here. So let's, oh yeah, I really didn't show you, but this is like totally walkable already. Like you can walk in here. The FPS, okay, the FPS are not that bad in here, even though this is not merged. But I'll merge it now. Yeah, so basically it's, remember the drawings that I showed you in, or that I shared in Discord? Well, those are height maps. And according to those height maps, I have an algorithm running for scanning those images and turning it into real, like placing the prefab meshes that I have. So let me do it. Again, I'm just gonna clear everything. And yeah, basically from those images, I click generate, and it's gonna like place the whole thing. The cool thing about this is that I have been doing like chunking as Minecraft does. Minecraft always coming with the best things. And yeah, you can see it's laggy over here because yeah, there's a ton of pieces, like thousands of pieces, I think. But since we are doing chunking for each chunk, we're gonna be merging. If we do merge chunks, I'm gonna turn all of the pieces that share the same material, kind of. It's a little bit more than that because there are some specific cases where it has to take into consideration if it has the same material, where is it mapped to? But whatever, it's just same piece is gonna be in the just one object. So you can see how much better that runs over here already. And what I want to do is like having these pieces chunked. So instead of showing you the whole map and rendering everything all the time, I'm just gonna render them chunks next to you. So you can see like as far as the fog allows you, but I'm not going to render the whole world because the world's probably going to be like 1,000 units long or more. Yeah, that's basically it. You can like change pieces. Well, before you merge, you can change pieces manually if you want to, and stuff like that. I'm just working on slopes now, and yeah, that's about it. So I hope you understood what I said, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Take care. Enjoy the weekend. Bye bye. Bye bye Kumut. Bye bye Godfather. Bye bye Asnok. Bye bye Miho. Bye bye Nick. Bye bye Tali. Bye bye Hirai. Bye bye. Is there someone that I haven't mentioned? Gilesh, I'm not sure you're here, but bye bye. Bye bye people. Bye bye Ace.